The musical opens at the Manatee Performing Arts Center this week. It brings to life Charlie Chaplin. He was one of the most loved and the most famous entertainers in the world at the time. But his life was also wrought by scandals. Here to tell us more, Manatee Performing Arts Center Producing Artistic Director Rick Kerby.
Hi,
Rick,
Hedda.
so good to have you.
Thank you for having me again.
Chaplin the musical. Give us an overview of what it's about.
Well, I fell in love with this because it was on Broadway for several years, and Chaplin has such an interesting history. I always like to say that I've learned more about history doing musical theater than I ever did in any history class ever. So it's kind of fun to see it put on stage and with a lovely, lovely score. We have an incredibly talented cast, so I'm excited to show it off to everyone. We need an audience now. And
it's making its debut in Southwest Florida, right?
That's right. I look hard to find some pieces that haven't been done before in our area, so our audiences get excited about it. It's also exciting for our actors and our designers, so a new piece that we can interpret a new way is kind of something I'm always on the scout for.
Now, Chaplin, when he came over to this country, he was totally unknown and quickly became the most loved performer in the country. How did he do that?
Well, he started off when he was a very, very young boy. He sang in music halls with his mother. He was discovered on the street by someone named Karli who had a pantomime troupe. So he was recruited and he went into vaudeville. From there he was discovered and brought to America and Hollywood and started his film career. Of course, we're very familiar with that part of his life.
I remember my parents loved Charlie. They talked about him years and years after he was gone, how great he was. So he was so famous, but he had some scandal in his life, right?
There's a lot of scandal, which makes very good fodder for us to put on stage. He had a lot of wives. He had a lot of different affairs along the way. He also was accused of being a communist when he was late in his career and sort of drone out of the country and spent the rest of his life in Switzerland. So he came back to America only to accept an Academy Award. It was very kind of sad.
Yes, it was, and yet I don't remember anything about that. Maybe that goes away as we look back on the great entertainer he was. Why did you think this was a good play to bring here at this time when we're going through so much?
Well, it's certainly entertaining. I love the historic aspect of it all, and I love a challenge. And we have the perfect actor for this. Aaron Castle he moved out of the area to pursue an acting career. And because the role is so juicy and done so rarely, he's actually back in the area just to perform this for us.
This has been such a challenging time for all of us, but especially for theater with this COVID stuff. It never seems to end.
We've had so many challenges and setbacks, but we're on the right side of it all, and everybody's well, and we went back into rehearsals last night, and Aaron is back. He was in quarantine for a while, so we're excited to get the show back up, and it looks great, it sounds great, our actors are fantastic, so we're excited.
I think we need this. I think we need the coming together in theater to look at each other and laugh at something together once again.
It's so true. It's so true. We need that.
Now, you brought a song from the show. Tell us about the performer and the song.
Well, we have Karli Gundersen, and she plays Hedda Hopper, who was a gossip columnist from the day, and she was a big part of bringing down Chaplin.
Oh.
So she's going to sing a song called What You Gonna Do When It All Falls Down.
Oh my goodness, that's very scary that she did that to Charlie. Well, Chaplin the musical is playing right now at the Manatee Performing Arts Center. It'll be through January 30th. You can find tickets and information at ManateePerformingArtsCenter.com.
Hey there, Mr. Chaplin, you may think you've got it all, 'cause the young starlets are falling at your feet. So go ahead and snub me, and don't return my calls, and build your house on top of Easy Street. But what you gonna do when it all falls down? 'Cause I let a little rumor spread What you gonna do if I change the name of the person sleeping in your bed? What you gonna do when I tell the tale that makes the country turn its head? Just a little gossip and just a little lie. I'll simply say the little tramp is just a little spy. And what you gonna do when it all falls down? You know what I heard? Chaplin's not even an American citizen. Boy, do I have plans for him. Hey there, Mr. Chaplin. Well, your act deserves applause. You wave a flag and the country is impressed. But I'm a voice among the crowd that's questioning your cause, and now I'll spread my doubts among the rest. But what you gonna do when it all falls down, and where you gonna go from there? What you gonna do when the money's gone, and who you gonna buy to care? What you gonna do when the country says, now get yourself out of here? What you gonna paint when you cannot paint the town? I'm gonna wipe the smile from that famous little clown. And what you gonna do when it all falls down? And all the king's horses and all the king's men will never put poor Charlie together again. And what you gonna do when it all